Hello. This last part of Detroit and the riots, we'll be talking about Detroit as it is post riot. There were many demographic changes after the riots ended. Um, and by that I mean that people left the city. White people moved to the suburbs. Businesses moved to the suburbs. And so did even our sports teams, baseball, basketball, they all left the city. Grocery stores moved from the city, which meant that in today's environment, they call it a food desert. That wasn't what it was called back then, but there was no place to shop. In order to get groceries, you had to travel to find groceries. There wasn't anything that was close by for folks to go to, which made it very difficult. It was a sad time in my city, but it was also a good time. I worked at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Michigan. I started there when I was 18 years old. And there was a time when we would have different social, I don't want to call it unrest, I would say social identity, where we would go out and someone would be talking about a problem in the city that needed to be fixed. And we would march. We would have picket signs that would say, fix this, or we need to have this, or justice for all. And what we would do is, being typical 18, 19-year-olds, we would work at lunchtime. We would go and take our picket signs and picket, and then we would come back after lunch, put our picket signs up, and go back to work. And that's something that we did a lot. But we were voicing our opinion. And the one good thing about living in Detroit, or even the United States, period, even though times were hard, we still were able to voice our opinion. We were still able to tell people what we thought. And that was really important. Now, one of the big issues that we had in Detroit also was a lack of public transportation. It was very difficult to get around the city because you didn't have reliable transportation unless you drove a car. And so many people, they couldn't get a job because the jobs were no longer in the city. They had to travel miles in order to find gainful employment where they would make any type of money. Since 2010, there's been a change in our city. Sports teams have come back into the city. The downtown area has been built up. In fact, Wayne State University, which is one of our main colleges, has purchased a lot of land within the city and has built up houses and art museums and different boutiques. People are starting to bring their businesses back into the city, small businesses, large businesses. The housing market is starting to grow. General Motors brought its international headquarters back into the city of Detroit, bought up one of the major buildings, and has the whole waterfront for their corporate headquarters. It's a beautiful sight to see. And the demographics have started changing again. White senior citizens are moving back into the city because they want to take advantage of the wonderful things that we have to offer, like our museums and our parks and our downtown area, our beautiful riverfront, jazz concerts, festivals in the summer, ice skating rinks in the winter. And also, because General Motors came back, there's a lot of young urban individuals that are buying condominiums and houses in downtown Detroit, and they're taking advantage of all that the city has to offer. It's really sad that we had to go through the riots. And it's really sad that there's times when it seems like the city is not growing as fast as it could be. But there's always hope. And I have hope that Detroit will continue to grow and that we will get over those times when there was sadness, when there was distrust, when there was anger, and it will be replaced by a love for a city that once was vibrant and will be vibrant again.